What's up, bitches? So I know you don't know me yet. I have like 3 videos that I'm currently editing right now. I'm having some uploading issues, but I thought I would just do something small to kind of get it started. I think this is some good information you're about to receive. So I recommend staying with me, hearing me out. If not, fuck off, you know? So as you can tell from the title, this is, I guess I'm gonna call this, things to do to get your shit in check before you go spend a night with a boy. Or girl, fucking whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I take this very seriously. I like to have all my resources available to me, but these are just some like general things that might be a good idea if you're thinking about hanging out with a boy or a girl, or going on a date just somewhere, or like to a party or something where you're not really sure. This is just what I've learned from experience so far, so hopefully if you take anything away from this, just maybe pay attention to your own safety. So obviously, if you're spending the night, you don't want to have that nasty makeup all up on your face, but you're also not trying to bring that super huge pack of makeup wipes that you brought from Target like in your purse, and then it kind of crinkles and it's like makes an awkward noise. So what I do is I take a makeup wipe and usually 1 or 2 baby wipes, because and put them in a little Ziploc baggie and take them with me, because who's gonna know you have them? Nobody, because you take your purse with you in the bathroom and it's like, whoa, all of a sudden she's doing fucking magic, you know what I'm saying? Like, making shit happen. You got it. The next thing, if you're spending the night, obviously glasses and contact case. If you wear contacts, whatever. I've made this mistake so many times, and it is the most aggravating thing trying to put in dry ass contacts the morning after. So that's a huge thing. Remember that. So simple things like eye drops, concealer to touch up your makeup, whatever lip products you're using, or just some lip balm. I recommend bringing lip balm or Vaseline with you anyway, because I think it's just really helpful. You don't want to be like trying to smooch your dude and you got some like crusty ass lips, you know what I'm saying? So like, make sure your shit's in check, you know? Also, setting spray. If you're wearing crazy hella makeup, and so let's say you're going to a concert or something, which is like, what I usually do, you're gonna want some extra setting spray. Trust me, okay? If you feel like your shit's falling off, go to the bathroom, dab a little bit, setting spray, and you're good again, alright? Hair ties. Hair ties? Hair ties. Dead ass. And I'm not talking one hair tie, I'm talking 2 or 3, because we all know them shits get lost in your purse, lost in your pockets, whatever. You can't find them, you can never find them, and then what are you supposed to do? Like, what are you supposed to do then? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a charging bank, I would recommend getting one. You can get ones that aren't too expensive. And your charging cord, of course, and then the little block that plugs into the wall, depending if you're spending the night or not. But regardless, I would get a charging bank, because you don't want to be at a party or at some dude's house that you don't know very well, or even if you do, it's just uncomfortable to not have your phone with you and accessible. So I would really recommend getting a charging bank and a charging cord. And that goes with any other thing that you have with you. If you jewel, bring your jewel charger. If you got a vape or any type of thing like that, or if you have a special motorized inhaler, just bring the cords you need, because you never know when you're gonna need that thing. Deodorant and perfume. Now, if you have one of those travel size deodorants, that's like key. That's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Because the big ones kind of take up a lot of space in like smaller purses, especially. Like, I don't like taking a huge purse around, so I can't actually fit my deodorant in there. Whoops, sorry, Seth. Seth is my boyfriend. A little like perfume sample, or they have those like travel sized ones where you can like put some of your perfume from a bigger bottle in there. Get one of those. It's just nice, like especially if you have been running around at a party, concert, whatever, and you're trying to go back home and you're trying to like not smell like the entire party, just a little spritz. Like, I just do one right here, rub it behind the ears. As Trisha Paytas said, something like, then they can never really know like where the smell is coming from. Like, is it your hair? Is it your neck? Like, we'll never know. And it's like, that's the tea, sis. We'll never fucking know. Underwear. Now, this is especially if you're using substances, all right? We know what can happen. Sometimes you might need an extra pair of underwear. It's definitely happened to me before. Or maybe you want a pair for the next morning. Bring them, fucking shove them in there. We all know that ladies' underpants shrink up to the size of like a tiny little microscopic balls. Anyway, so it's like throw them in there because what if you need them? What if you like literally scenario? What if you are so drunk you fucking shit yourself at the function? Now what are you gonna do? You don't have any undies. Wait. You put a pair in your purse. That's right. You did because you're smart. You never know what's going to go down. And this is especially if you're spending the night at someone's place. Like, you know, after you use that baby wipe I told you to bring, might want a new pair of undies. Just saying. In that same scheme of things, nail glue or lash glue, if you're one of those girls. I am. You wouldn't know it from looking at me now, but yes, I am. So we don't want anyone looking broke as fuck. We don't want to be looking nasty, crusty, musty, dusty, all that type of shit. You don't want to be looking like a broke ass bitch if you don't have to be, you know? Just remember that little bottle of nail glue. What are you gonna do if one of them 3-inch killers pops off your fucking fingers? And what? Like, you look like a broke ass bitch, so just be responsible. Bring a granola bar. That sounds pretty easy, right? Pop a granola bar in your purse. It makes sense too, because what if like you're super drunk or you're super high and you're just like, oh my god, I'm so hungry, but I'm not about to tell this boy that I like that like we need to go to Burger King right now. You know what I mean? If you're not like there yet or whatever, just bring a granola bar. Also, if you are drinking a lot that night, probably gonna need to get some food in your stomach, and you being in control of that helps significantly with how hungover you are the next day and how drunk you will be later in the night, and it just keeps everything together. I highly recommend. Okay, so if you are one of those people who does indulge in substances, I recommend bringing some of your own substance, because this is so funny because I like, y'all know what I'm talking about, but I'm not trying to be like straight out with it. Actually, you know what, fuck that. So if you smoke weed, okay, bring some of your own weed. I know, like, you know, a good dude will try to smoke you out, you know, and like that's all good and fine, but like at some point you need to be able to show like, I have my own weed here, we can smoke it together, like I'm not just like ripping off you, you know what I'm saying? And what goes along with that is a lighter, obviously, but that's actually something I would recommend even if you don't smoke, even if you don't indulge in anything at all. I would recommend bringing a lighter around. It's just, you never know when you may need it to just light a mood candle or something like that, or like if someone else at a party is like, hey, anyone have a lighter right now? You whip it out of your bag. Ooh, all of a sudden they're like, who's that girl? Why is she looking so fine? Why does she have so many good resources in her backpack? So this kind of goes with the first section of things. Tweezers to fix your lashes. Also, you might need tweezers for any number of things. If you're trying to get your card out of the ATM slot and you have long nails and you can't get it out, you're like, fuck, get some tweezers. Tweeze that shit out of there, you know? Like, if you realize you have like a nasty black eyebrow hair just sticking out of nowhere, you can just tweeze that shit. It's so helpful. Also, some bonus items that if you kind of like know what type of situation is going down that night, you can plan accordingly. I sometimes like to bring a bottle opener or a corkscrew because, you know, if somebody's like, oh, I have this big bottle of wine, but I know no way to open it, like, so crazy, how are we gonna drink this? Like, oh, you got it. You're that bitch. You're that fucking bitch. Now, I currently don't have one of these items because I got stolen at security at an airport because I forgot to take it out of my bag, but a Swiss Army knife. Now, I think this is a good thing to have if you're a male or a female, but I think that having a Swiss Army knife, it has proven to be very helpful for me in the past when I still had mine. It does have the tweezers in it. It has a toothpick in case you need to get something out of small places or actually go to the bathroom and like fix your broke ass teeth. There's also things like obviously a knife in there. There's sometimes a bottle opener and a corkscrew in there as well. So it's just really useful. Also, you know, God forbid you need to try to scare someone off or whatever the case may be, you do have that knife in there as that option. Pepper spray. All my ladies, all my gentlemen, get pepper spray. Now, I was that type of girl that was like, oh yeah, but you know what, I'm just gonna get like a taser or something so I can like really hurt them. Here's the thing about tasers and stun guns, and God forbid you're actually carrying, um, you know, it might not be as beneficial as you think it will be. Tasers and stun guns tend to not work very well unless you are in very specific circumstances, like say someone's within a foot of you, then maybe, you know, a taser would actually be able to hurt someone. But chances are you might not be able to work the taser if in an attack, God forbid, or something of that nature where you need to just get someone away from you. Pepper spray is much more effective. It sprays up to like 15 feet. It automatically like will 100% like make the perp, you know, lose focus, mess with their eyes. They can't see, they can't like breathe right, you know. It really gets people distraught and messed up, and that's really what you want in a self-defense weapon. And pepper spray is way cheaper than a taser or a stun gun or a real gun or a huge ass fucking knife or whatever you want to, you know, try to flex with. But like honestly, pepper spray, that's the real G, that's the real T. So I feel like I might not need to tell people this, but have cash on you, especially nowadays when it's all, a lot of it is like Venmo or using your debit card or whatever. Like, you need to carry at least $20 in cash on your person, because you never know what's gonna go down. You never know if, say, your girlfriend's or like your girlfriend's like car breaks down, right? And she's in a real pissy mood. She doesn't want to drive your ass around anymore. She kicks you out of the car. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, okay, but the bus is coming and I have cash so I can go the fuck home and not be standing outside on a sidewalk. Do you see? That's just one of the many things. You need to like leave a tip somewhere, which people don't seem to do anymore, and it's kind of like, bitch. Need to throw someone a couple dollars to go get you some food at a gas station. You know, when someone's like, hey, I'm doing like a blunt wrap and like snacks run, what does everyone need? Like, you know, cash is just, it's important. Do it. Also, with that, change I think is pretty useful as well. I'm not saying you need to be carrying $20 on your person in pennies. That's actually exactly not what I'm saying. What I mean is you should have maybe like $5 in quarters or something on you. I think that's pretty helpful, you know, if you need to get something out of a vending machine or pay, you know, a toll somewhere or anything like that. It's just helpful. It just gets rid of a little bit less of the stress, and that's what we're going for here. We're just trying to have a fun time. Now, I know a lot of people already carry around their ID or their fake ID, whatever, to buy, purchase, consume alcohol. But some people do forget this. So really do bring your ID with you. And along with your regular ID, I would recommend bringing your school ID if that applies to you. If you go to a college or a high school, I think bringing a school ID with you is smart in case anyone asks you for secondary identification, or sometimes you can get discounts at like local restaurants and stuff if you go to a school nearby. So it's just helpful, and it also kind of solidifies more who you are. You know, we're talking worst case scenario, someone finds your body and the person took your identification with them, the criminal, but you still have your school ID, then it's like, okay, now we have some place to start. I think that's important. Also, bring your insurance card, and if you have AAA, bring your AAA card. Now, both of these things have helped me out a lot in the past, especially the AAA card, not so much the regular insurance card, but it's good to just have with you in case of a real dire emergency and you actually need to use your insurance to pay for your surgery or some sort of whatever has happened, an ambulance bill, something like that. Like, it's just good to have your insurance on hand. And AAA, very basic. If you have AAA, your family might go ask your parents if you're not sure, but I feel like you should be pretty fucking sure at this point for anyone that's watching this type of video. Honestly, super great. It does not have to be your car. That is a common misconception. It does not have to be your vehicle. If you are in the vehicle and it is broken down, out of gas, whatever, car won't start, you can still call with your AAA card. It does not have to be your car. So it can literally help you out in any situation. Has definitely got me out of a couple tough ones, so I really recommend this as well. If you just don't know where the night's gonna go, you should really be prepared for all of this. As Mother Cardi B once said, a hoe never gets cold. But, okay, that's false. Because I'm that bitch. I'm literally that bitch. Like, I wish I could tell you guys through the screen just how much of that bitch I am. But I still get cold. It still happens. And sometimes the guy isn't always going to be cute, like in a rom-com, and give you his jacket. No, sometimes you're gonna go on a date and it's gonna be some asshole fucking dude. And then because his broke ass won't actually drive you anywhere, you have to stand outside and wait for the train or something, and then you're cold as hell. Me coming from the Midwest, I understand this. So just be prepared. I get it. A hoe never gets cold. I fuck with the mentality, but you will get cold. So bring a jacket. Even in the summer, because we know summer nights. Summer nights. It's not even, like, from a song. Like, I know there's songs that say summer nights, but, like, that's not from any song. All I'm trying to say is, you're gonna get cold. I know you don't want to bring it, because your mom told you to, and she's smart. Just bring it anyway, dude. Like, do you really fucking want to be cold? Like, trying to have a good-ass time with your friends, or, like, a boy or a girl, whoever. Do you really want to be cold? I don't think so. But, like, make it a dope jacket. Don't bring your fucking rain jacket, bitch. Unless it's raining, but then also why... Just bring a cute little bolero, or whatever the fuck you want to bring, you know? If we're going back real quick to the identification part I was talking about, if you are going to something like a really crazy college party, or a frat party, or something like a rave, or a heavy metal, whatever, even like any concert, any festival, any type of thing like that, I think it's a really good idea to set the background on your phone to be your name, your emergency contact, and their phone number, and maybe even like your blood type? I don't know, I just feel like that would be like a, I mean, God forbid, you know, but on the real, they might need to know. And if you don't know, you should know. So figure that out. And finally, some of the last things you might want to have with you on your magical night, magical experience with whoever the fuck. Have yourself a badass attitude. And I'm not talking like a mean girl attitude. I'm talking like, know you're that bitch. Because I don't know you. But if you're giving me vibes that you're that bitch, I'm not gonna question it. So I would really recommend going hard on just like the self-confidence. Like, even if you don't have any, just project something out there so that people are like, oh, who's this girl right here? Now this is probably the most important one of all, and I mean this in absolute seriousness. Please always follow your gut. Please follow your gut. And I know it's really easy to ignore when there seems to be a fun situation happening, or if something would be easier to just do it this way instead. Do not do that. Please follow your gut. Please, anything that you are thinking to yourself like, wow, this doesn't feel right, wow, I don't feel good, even if you can't think of a good reason why, you don't need a reason why. Okay? So don't get fucked up because you're trying to be the cool kid. In fact, don't be the cool kid. That's my advice. Do not be the cool kid. Be that dope bitch that has all the resources in her purse. She's got a granola bar. Her phone is charged. She's juuling out the ass because she has a fresh ass pod in there. You know what I'm saying? Be that bitch. Like, be confident in yourself and having a fun time on your night. Okay? Just don't try to give in to stupid things that you know are stupid things because you know about it and everyone else is gonna know about it too. And then when shit goes awry. Is that how you say the word? Oh my god. When shit goes awry, then you can, you know, you have your stuff. That's pretty fucking important. That's the most important thing on this list, is follow your gut. Please. Because I've disobeyed my gut feelings so many times, and every time I'm like, Grace, why did you do that? Like, why did you do that? Because you know it's stupid. And then in my head I'm like, shit, like you right. You know? And then it's like, I know I'm right. So listen to yourself. Just some really good advice. Some really good advice, just saying. Another thing that is very helpful is telling people where you are, at what time, with who, you know, how you got there, how you're leaving. Let people know. You know, if you have family close by, if you're afraid to talk to your family because you're going to like a party you're not supposed to be going to, you know, like I said, be safe, and then get in touch with a friend or a cool friend's mom or something, you know, just let anyone know where you are and what you're doing and the time. Give them the timestamp, because, you know, shit kind of goes off. It can get crazy. Like, even if you just get separated from your friends at a concert or something, that can instantly be a very scary experience. So I really recommend telling people where you are. I recommend having the Find My Friends app on your phone with logged in with the people that you are going to whatever function with, whether it's a house party or you're going to a venue or like anything. Just have people know where you are. And trust me, your mother will thank me, because she'll know where you are, and it's not a crime to want to know where people are, especially when, like, the world is way more dangerous than I thought when I was a teenager, and it's, I think, getting more dangerous, and it definitely depends on where you are and who you're with as well. So I think it's just really important and responsible to let people know where you are, so that if something happens, you're not going to be completely alone by yourself. And one last thing I think is very important. If you're on a first date with someone, date in general, but let's just say first date, okay? Don't go crazy on the substances. It's just it's just a lot for the person you're with. And then, you know, God forbid, the person you're with is super hammered, and then you can't go anywhere because you're both drunk and you're both stranded somewhere. That is super dangerous. Or if you're super high and you start feeling dizzy and like crazy and all that, it's just a lot. And, you know, I think there are times and places to be like that, but I don't necessarily think it's at a function or party, house, where you're not familiar with people yet. I don't think that is a good idea. I don't think that's very safe, so I really watch it. Plus, nobody wants to be holding your hair while you're throwing up in someone's bathroom. So those were all my tips for today. I just wanted to give you guys, you know, a little blast of some information that I've collected, you know, being a girl myself, trying to go to parties and stuff. And actually a lot of the things that were in my purse and on my list were things I actually had with me when I was courting my boyfriend or whatever. You know, we've been together maybe like a year and a half now, so, you know, things are a little different, but these are just some really good ideas and some things that I've learned and some things I wanted to tell you guys so that you don't have to go and find out for yourself. You can just go ahead and have these tips and have fun and be young and do whatever you want, but just be responsible about it. That is the main thing. Follow your gut, be responsible, use your resources, and be a badass bitch. Bye.